why a woman who looks like Lucy Hale would be throwing herself at these guys and or picking these complete losers and dopes and weirdos. Like, there's just no way that would happen in real life. But Lucy Hale is so good and so charming and personable. And of course, my biggest crush ever. So of course I'm gonna watch her movie. What's up, everyone? Jim Alexander here with Real Talker, and yep, F, Mary, and it's a kill. That's what it is. That's the movie I'm going to be reviewing. It's really fuck, Mary, kill, but they want to go with F for obvious reasons. Very clever marketing here. Anyway, so it's the new Lucy Hale film, and I'm going to let you know if you should see it or not.
Ooh, this is a lot of dudes.
Kyle is marriage material.
Thank you.
And Mitch is sex material.
I'll take it.
Does that make Norman kill material?
Huh, that's not weird at all.
Hey, everybody, she's in a F, Mary kill right now. It's the most exciting thing that has ever happened to me in my life.
Why a woman who looks like Lucy Hale would be throwing herself at these guys and or picking these complete losers and dopes and weirdos. Like, there's just no way that would happen in real life. But Lucy Hale is so good and so charming and personable. And of course, my biggest crush ever. So of course I'm going to watch her movie. But she's likable, and you sort of go along on this silly journey with her here. And yeah, one guy is like a veterinarian who went to like middle school with her and picks his nose, and his name is Kyle, and Jedidah plays him. And then Brandon Morgan, Mitch is like this studly, 6'8" pack dude. She sort of meets at a bar and like hooks up with him and has crazy sex with him. He's friends with benefits type. And then you have Samir Salem, who plays Norman, who's a um, installer, who's a guy who's a security device installer at her apartment, to make sure she's safe from this killer. And Brooke Nevin plays her like overprotective sister, and actually is really funny too in this role. I like these actors. I mean, they're not taking it overly seriously, which kind of plays into it and makes it more watchable. Because if they were taking this movie seriously, and these characters and they play them so over the top, that it's entertaining and amusing. Because if they were trying to take him seriously, this movie would fall flat. But you go into it, everyone is sort of unhinged, over the top, bigger than life personality, unrealistic, and you sort of enjoy the comedy and the nonsense that happens with it. That's, I think, the selling point of this film. So if you're trying to take this seriously or take this for more than what it is, you're kind of going to be disappointed in that sense. Just enjoy the ride is what I got to say here. So yeah, so we see Ava and Lucy Hale's character go on this adventure and while trying to solve this true crime and not listening to her friends who are trying to give her better judgment. She's completely, like I said, unhinged here. And yeah, no way Lucy Hale would be this unhinged in real life. Okay. And she's just trying to like get over this ex who's a cop, and we see in and out of this movie kind of coming crossing paths with her, and then you wonder why the hell would she have dated him in the first place. Like, this girl needs therapy in a sense of like, or she needs those friends and sister here really to set her on a straight path here. But they try but don't succeed because Ava's doing her own thing. So okay, so that's pretty much movie the gist. Just enjoy the ride, and let's do some grades, right? Because that's what we're here for. Acting. I mean, the actors don't take themselves too seriously. They're over the top, which plays into this. So, like, otherwise it could be like horrible acting if you think. But Lucy Hale is so good at being this fast talking, energetic bubble of energy, and she's just on the go. It's almost exhausting watching her in a good way. I mean, credit to Lucy for all the energy she expends in this role, in this character. She's just constantly in this like panicky and over the top place where it's like, wow, this girl needs a breather, but she's putting in a lot to it. So, acting wise, it's like a 7 out of 10. Because just kind of the actors don't do more than what's needed for these roles in a sense. They're over the top in the right way. Entertainment, if you take this movie for what it is and what it should be, it's entertaining. Otherwise, if you have like other expectations for it and try to make it somewhat realistic or you want more of, that's just not going to happen. So if you take it for what it is, then you'll be entertained. It's like, a 7.5 in entertainment, in that way. Plot story, pretty straightforward, but it's got that little, wrinkle and twist with the whole murder mystery podcast, and she's like trying to be this murder mystery detective in her own life. So it adds an element versus just like her swiping, on and going on it, trying between three different guys and picking one, right? So that little bit of added thing, also like a 7.5 out of 10. And then impression that this movie makes, I thought it was, fun and creative, and it's a loose story, and it's one of those movies that's easily digestible. So you just take it for what it is, and it's 7 out of 10 for that. And then creativity, like I said, they added that element of creativity into the story, and who done it here too is a part of this movie. And actually, I didn't figure it out. You usually think it's like, okay, it's one of these two, three people, maybe. But it had me surprised kind of at the end. So I'll give him credit for the creativity of who's this murderer, who's committing these murders. And it falls into place nicely. So there's definitely creativity here along the way. So I think that's like an 8. For creativity. So overall, I don't have the math, but you will see the score on the top right here. Yeah, it's deserving, I think, of that score. It's pretty much it's a solid, watchable, digestible sort of R-rated comedy with like thriller and crime elements to it. And Lucy Hale's just really good. I mean, she's just really good at these roles. So she's a perfect fit to be the lead in this film, and she looks as good as ever. Lucy Hale, man, another level. But I like the cast here, and I think it was well cast, and everyone kind of fit their role as well. So I recommend this movie. Go check it out. F Mary Kill. It's it's sort of a movie, an old school feel to it. It sort of gives you this like 2000s sort of movie vibe, or even mid to late 90s. Sort of these movies would be, in a sense, made. So it's fun. So check it out. It's a movie you can see on a date. You can see it by yourself. I think it's you know, it's especially if you're dating and swiping, it's relatable in that way. In some ways too, it's like, okay, you get that world. Or if you're into true crime podcasts and stuff too, you can understand that world too. So it's relatable in a lot of ways to different sort of cultural themes and things that people. I think it's the best. This movie's probably like a good age for it is like 18 to 37-ish or so, or 38. I think that's like the sweet spot for this movie. Mid to late 20s. Like these are these characters' ages and stuff, and it's relatable in that way with the swiping and the murder mystery, like I said. So it's fun. Check it out. And in the meantime, make sure to keep checking out this channel, and you can do that by subscribing so you know when there's new reviews, interviews being dropped, and things of such. So make sure you subscribe. It does help. And if you like this review, you can give it a thumbs up. and show your appreciation that way too, I guess. And leave comments if you're a fan of Lucy Hale, if you are into true crime and dating, obviously online, and if you're looking forward to this movie, let me know in the comments section, or if you've seen it somehow. I think it's coming out in theaters. And digital also. They had sort of a thing between that, so it should be available in both limited theaters and digital for sure too. So that's going to be an early March release for you. So make sure to stay tuned for F Mary Kill. And in the meantime, stay tuned to Real Talker for more stuff. And I'm out.